Hey, it's your girl, Copper Color Creations, coming with another update. Hey, family, how is everybody doing out there? Your girl is vibing high. Yes, family, I am back. I am back. I am back. I took a 30-day vacation, connected to nature, went to the beach, detox from people, places, and things. Went into my inner self, played with my inner child. I feel amazing. Okay? The new energy is here. We are in 5D. And like I've been telling you, if you can't feel it, then you are missing out. Okay? All right, now. So let's get started. I'm going to get right into it. I'm not going to rumble on about anything. I want to get into this video. I couldn't wait to get back and get set and grounded so I can get back in these YouTube streets. All right, so on this video, family, I'm going to be dipping into my masculine energy. Okay, so if I get a little aggressive, I'm very passionate about this video. Okay, and so I might dip in my masculine energy a little bit, but I can slide back into my feminine energy at any time. No worries, family. So the name of this video is called Who Are My Ancestors? Okay. Hey, and it's your girl, Copper Color Creations, coming with another update. Hey, family, how is everybody doing out there? Your girl is vibing high. Yes, family, I am back. I am back. I am back. I took a 30-day vacation, connected to nature, went to the beach, detox from people, places, and things. Went into my inner self, played with my inner child. I feel amazing. Okay? The new energy is here. We are in 5D. And like I've been telling you, if you can't feel it, then you are missing out. Okay? All right, now. So let's get started. I'm going to get right into it. I'm not going to rumble on about anything. I want to get into this video. I couldn't wait to get back and get set and grounded so I can get back in these YouTube streets. All right, so on this video, family, I'm going to be dipping into my masculine energy. Okay, so if I get a little aggressive, I'm very passionate about this video. Okay, and so I might dip in my masculine energy a little bit, but I can slide back into my feminine energy at any time. No worries, family. So the name of this video is called Who Are My Ancestors? Okay. But before I get started, family, I want to go over some things. I want to go over what a divine being is and how you are inherently a divine being, okay? Because a lot of people don't know what divine beings are. They speak about it and they talk about it, but they don't really explain what it is. So, everybody has their own um, description of a divine being, but I go a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper what a divine being is. Let's see what a lot of, this is actually Who Are My Ancestors Part 1. I'm going to do a Part 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's get started. I want to go over the divine feminine, a spiritual, psychological, and archetypal idea of feminine energy, the highest, most inspiring, and true expression of femininity. Number 2, universal and inherent energy, a counterpart to the divine masculine within all mankind that manifests through an individual's thoughts and actions and beliefs. All right? The divine masculine, same definition, okay? But what I want you guys to focus on is number 2, universal and inherent energy, a counterpart to a divine feminine within all mankind that manifests through an individual's thoughts, actions, and beliefs. Okay? So a divine being is divine through ancestors, okay? You're not divine on your own. You're divine because of your ancestors, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I just wanted to clear up, and I'm going to be, I have my divine dating video. I have a divine love video coming up, and I have another Pimps in the Pulpit. I have a lot of videos, family, so I want to get them out into the ethers so, people can understand what's going on here. And so I've warned many, don't get distracted. Divine beings in this season right now, I'm going to explain to you what a real, true divine being should be operating in this season, okay? Divine beings are not distracted, okay? What I mean, not to be distracted in this season, I see many are arguing about a lot of things in the matrix, okay? And like I said, 5 years ago, I let you guys know, the celebrities, okay? The politicians, all of them, they are operating on a different frequency, okay? To be a celebrity, to make it in this temporal earth, you have to do some things, all right, that are very sinister, all right? So don't get distracted by celebrities dying off and fighting and just a bunch of a circus. Kamala, Obama, Biden, the politicians, the presidential run, all of that is one big circus. If you're still arguing about Kamala and you support her, you are not divine. You are still stuck in the matrix, 3D mind, okay? All right? That's all a circus. We are rulers of ourselves, okay? We don't need a president to get up there and tell us lies. And I don't even need to get into this. We have enough. We have enough numbers. We have enough history. We have enough broken promises to look at the presidential run and laugh at it. It's a circus, okay? We need to be focused on getting our legacy and our empires back up in position, okay? And it starts with connecting with your ancestors. How are you calling yourself a divine being and you do not want to know who your true ancestors are? That's my question for a lot of people. Because see, when I've initially awakened to my true identity, when I had the fire in me to find out who my ancestors were, so basically where I came from, okay, where do I come from? Okay, I woke up with the energy of, who am I? I never believed I was from Africa, okay? So I did my research and found out who my ancestors were. And that gave me the gasoline to start really digging deep. And so what I want to say is this, okay? We have been lied to, number one. I'm going to keep repeating that, okay? Number two, you get your spiritual gifts, you get your birthright inheritance, which is your spiritual gifts, your land, and your material. That's passed down through your ancestors. So how are you divine? Okay, how are you walking and talking as a divine being, and you don't want to know who your ancestors are? That's where you get all your spiritual gifts from. They're passed down through the generations. Okay, so if you are a divine being, if you're saying that you're a divine being and you're eating healthy and you're working out and you're tapping into your spirituality, but you're not interested in finding out who your true ancestors are, that's where you're getting all your spiritual guidance and gifts from. And so finding out who your real ancestors is not important. I have a problem with that, because no matter where I go, I have this folder I have of my genealogy family workshop that I have not launched yet. Okay, for the record, I have not launched this workshop yet. But what I'm going around to my people trying to get them to understand, hey, don't you want to find out who your real ancestors are? Okay? So divine beings are not just working out and eating healthy and saying, I'm a divine being. No, 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 no. You can't do that. It's not going to work. You have to actually be in the frequency of the divine, meaning connecting to your ancestors, finding out who they were, because I hear a lot of people saying, our ancestors did this, our ancestors did that. Well, if you don't know who your ancestors are, how do you know how they ate? How do you know how they survived? How do you know what they went through? Okay? If a man in a book told you that your ancestors were from Africa, right? Right? Or or Nigerian or Jamaican, those are foreigners, okay? So if you think that your ancestors are foreign, then I have no problem with our brothers and sisters, our African, our Nigerian, and our Jamaican brothers and sisters. I have no problem. Okay? My problem is we are not them and they are not us. And we need to find out who we are. Now, in this video, I'm speaking to the so-called Afro-Americans, Negro on American soil, okay? That's who I'm speaking to in this video, who have no identity, okay? We don't have no identity. We do, we know that everybody, copies our frequency, but we don't know who our true ancestors are. Okay? They call us Afro-American. That's made up. It's patented by the government. So who are your ancestors? My true divine beings out there. If you want to operate in the divine being frequency, connect to your ancestors, because that's where you get all your divine inheritance, birthright, and spiritual gifts from. Okay? So it's very, very important for you to find out who your ancestors are. Yeah, it is. And I'm going to go over my discovery and what I found out who my ancestors were. Okay? All right? Before I go through some visuals, because I got a little visuals, I'm not going to keep you guys too long, but like I said, I'm going to do a part 2. But I need people to really understand genealogy versus DNA. I think many are really confused with the difference of genealogy and DNA testing. Now, to find your true ancestors, how it should be, you should be doing a genealogy and a DNA test. And that'll tell you exactly who your ancestors are, with no doubt. But we have a little problem, family. So let's go over the DNA side of this, okay? All right? So DNA is when you give a sample of your blood. They basically analyze the genetic markers in everybody's DNA, okay? And it gives you clear insights of your ancestral origins and potential relatives. Now, the method is, like I said, they're comparing DNA patterns to some database that they have for potential matches, okay? And geographical connections. The benefits can provide, traditional geographical records from our distant ancestors, okay? Now, here's the thing with the DNA testing, who owns the DNA testing centers? Okay? Do your research on who you're sending your blood to. Because, honey, you could send your dog's DNA to these testing centers and they're going to tell you that you're African, Nigerian, or Jamaican. So don't put your faith and trust in man. Okay? So we know that they know who we are. Okay? Let's just make this clear. The government, the cabal, the covens, the cults, whoever the powers that be that think that they're controlling things, they know exactly who we are. Okay? So they had everything already set up. Okay? Many don't know. They were 50 years ahead of us. Okay? With that being said, could you imagine? All right. So don't put your faith and trust in man or book. Go within, connect to nature, connect to your ancestors. Find out who your ancestors are. Okay. And so this is what motivated me to want to start my genealogy workshop. Now, let's talk about genealogy. It primarily focuses on historical records, documents, family narratives to trace the ancestry and build a family tree. The methods they use are they examine birth certificates, marriage license, death records, census data, wills, and numerous other historical documents that you can use. But with that problem is, it's limited. They got incomplete, mixed information, missing information for our distant ancestors. Okay? For me personally, I am in the 1400s because I have been standing on business for the last 5 years trying to find out who I am, where I come from, so I know where I'm going. I wanted to know who my true ancestors were because we've been told, okay, that civilization started in Africa. Our ancestors were Africa, slaves, okay, broke, poor, starving, all right, and that we were also told that just many lies, okay, and so I truly wanted to find out the truth, and so I started digging deep, and nothing, everyone everyone in the whole world has been lied to. So it's not a matter of getting mad at one race, at the other race. What I would tell people, and this is what I tell people all the time, okay? Do your blood type. Check your blood type. What is your blood type? Have you noticed when you go to the doctor, they don't want to tell you your blood type? Okay? I would suggest if anyone that comes to my home, I don't care, my handyman, anyone comes to my home, I have real conversations with them. And I'm like, do you know your blood type? Like, no. I'm like, you want to know? I actually give blood. I test them out and tell them, this is your blood type. Do your research. Research, the foods you should be eating. Research, because everybody's different. Everybody's gut is built different. We all don't have the same gut, family. That's why it's important to do your own research when it comes to herbs and healing yourself. Okay? Eat the meat, spit out the bones, because this all starts with your bloodline, your blood type. Okay? And so let me get back into this. So, like I said, it didn't sit right with me that with them telling me that my ancestors were African. Okay, there's our genome genochromes are different, and Africans' genomes are like 5'9", and a so-called African American, excuse me, family, is like 12 to 15. Somebody don't want me to talk. Excuse me, family. What that means, family, is all skin folk are not kinfolk. Just because someone has the same skin color as you, don't mean they are from your bloodline. Hold on, family, 1 second. Give me 1 moment. Okay, I apologize about that. Woo! My throat chakras was getting a little. Okay, so let me get back to that. So, where did I leave off? Oh, all skin folk are not kinfolk, okay? And so that's the biggest confusion on American soil, all right? All right, so when I discovered that my ancestors were not African, okay, let's talk about it. I got some visuals about my ancestors. So on my Native American side, I have my great grandfather, Chief Wagahanch, is a Potawatomi Indian chief, which was Pocahontas, Motaka Powhatan, Rebecca, whatever you want to call her. He was the nephew of her, so his mother was her sister, okay? And so that's what I discovered. And I have so many other discoveries. I'm going to talk about how they're not telling us how Pocahontas and Cleopatra were sisters. So there's a lot of hidden secrets in our family's history. We have beautiful family history, okay? I mean, amazing family. When you find out your true ancestors, it's going to blow your mind, okay? So also, Dr. Dale Haniel Williams, my ancestor, I want to give my ancestors their flowers right now. Dr. Daniel Hale Williams was the first Black man to perform open heart surgery successful here in America, okay? He helped start the American Heart Association. He is the reason Black American and Black American doctors and nurses even have a job here on American soil. Okay, so I am honoring my ancestors, and I discovered some very powerful things, and I'm going to be sharing them in my videos, family. It's very important for you to connect to your ancestors. They got you thinking your ancestors is over in Africa and your ancestors is buried over here in America. Okay? All right? So if civilization started in Africa and they call Africa the motherland, then I'm gonna just say this: America is the grandmother land. Okay? America has the oldest temples, the oldest mummies, the oldest mountains, the oldest trees. I can keep going on and on. The oldest everything. America to America, whatever you want to call it, the superior, the great superior, whatever you want to call it, family, it predates everything, Africa, Jamaica, Europe, Italy, whatever. America predates. This is the new world that the new old world that they don't want us to know, that our ancestors came over here and fought in these wars, okay? Fought in these wars and built America on their backs. All right. So we have with my genealogy, and I know many out there have Native American and Irish in their genealogy. Okay. I know many out there have it. All right. Because when I talk to them, they say, "Oh, I got Irish in my blood." And I say, "In your blood? Okay, how about you have Irish and Native American in your blood?" So our Irish ancestors basically came over here as servitude slaves, fought all the wars, okay, died on American soil, all right, built America, and our Native American ancestors sustained the land, okay? So we got royalty in our DNA. For many that don't know, that are not interested in connecting to your ancestors so you can get these empires back and run your legacy, your generational legacy. So if you're on a journey, let me just say this. If you are on a journey to breaking generational curses, being in your divine purpose, all right? Divine, right? Divine. Ooh. When you think of divine, you think of a very high frequency person, a person that is operating off a high frequency. And when I say high frequency and raise your vibration, I'm going to explain that. I'm going to explain it. Let me see how I can explain. Let's say that I am listening to a radio station, right? And I don't like the frequency of that radio. I don't like the music. That music is not on my frequency, okay? That's what I mean. That's what's going on right now. You have to get on the right frequency, okay? All right? That frequency is the divine energy that's coming on earth. Now, we know the masculine energy has been here operating for thousands of years. That's the patriarchal system, okay? But the divine feminine energy has been missing from earth. That's the love, the compassion, your intuition, all right? You know, your creativity. And that's what earth has been missing. And that's why we are calling judgment, the divine beings, on balance here on earth, okay? So if you are still operating out of your shadow self, which is your low frequency self, lying, stealing, cheating, sleeping around, yeah, then you are in for a flood. And I don't think I need to reiterate what that means. Physically, mentally, emotionally. You see, let me explain this to you guys, okay? I have a lot of people I talk to, and I deal with a lot of people, and I hear a lot of people talking about healing themselves and, you know, with the herbs and, you know, working out and, you know, and just thinking they're in their divine energy. But I also talk to a lot of people who they say they eat healthy, they work out every day, and they're still sick. All right? You want to know why? Because you got to take care of your spiritual body. You can drink all the herbal teas and eat all the fruits and veggies and work out every day and still be sick because you are not taking care of your spiritual body. Okay? Your spiritual body comes first. All right? And you can get spiritually sick. Yes. You can, I don't think people really understand that your spiritual body is more important than your physical body. Your spiritual maintenance is a mandatory, okay? And so, you know, that's why it's important to unlearn what we have been taught, to relearn everything all over again. All right? And so, once again, let's go over what an American really truly is. We have the Webster's Dictionary, 1828 edition, that they removed from publication. I mean, you can still Google it and read it, but it says American, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper color races found here by the Europeans, but, y'all hear that, family? But now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. Now, if that right there gave me chills. Every time I read it, it gives me chills because it's like, my people don't see this. Your ancestors is turning in their graves because they're buried here on American soil, and we over here talking about Africa. Like I said, I ain't got a problem with that. My African cousins. Hey, y'all, shout out to Africa, Nigeria, Jamaicans, whoever, all my foreigners out there. This is not a jab at I ain't rap. I'm standing in my true authentic self. I want to know who I am and where I come from. So it's not a jab at you guys. What I want to do is I want to motivate my soul family, my tribe. I want to motivate them to say, okay, let me see here. I can't go over to Africa and get my ancestors' land. I don't know where the artifact. I don't know, like, who. I mean, no one's. I'm confused. Like, Africa. If we're African, why aren't they helping us out? Why aren't they coming over here and and helping us out? You try to go over there and buy some land from Africa. You try to go over there and just take a vacation. They're gonna charge you triple. Like I said, we are not them. They are not us. I need people to understand this. Okay? It's okay to, wear your little dashikis and, whatever, but those are not your ancestors. Okay? We come from a royal bloodline. We should be so honored to honor our ancestors and what they went through instead of just listening to a man in a book tell us, okay, your ancestors were African, they were slaves. Yep, that's it. You're black. You're black. You're just black. Because black is a color of a crayon. So you can you can miss me with that. You can miss me with that. Who were you before 1492? Who were you? Who were your ancestors before 1492? So let's make this clear. Our ancestors did not go by the name Indian and Egyptians. Okay? I want to make that very clear. Now, the indigo babies and the real gypsies and all of that, we need to dig in a little deeper. Okay, just because they're telling us you're Afro-American. Afro-American. We have no so-called culture, right? I mean, when I think about it, I'm like, wow, we are amazing. We're gifted. We're creators. We have knowledge and wisdom. Who were our ancestors? That we are just amazing people. Like it makes me, I always think like the way I think and the way I'm set up, like, wow, my ancestors were amazing. You know, all my grandfathers were doctors. Wow. Like, I mean, I'm a natural born healer. I'm honoring my bloodline. I'm standing on business when it comes to my ancestors. Okay? And so I'm really passionate about my genealogy family workshop family. So if I came up to you or I approached you and I said, hey, let's get together. And I mean, I have a lot of people looking me upside my head like, is she crazy? This lady crazy. I had one doctor look at me. He was like, civilization started in Africa. What are you talking about? And I said, who told you that? And he got the stuttering. And see, that's the thing. A title means nothing to me. You could be a judge, a doctor, a lawyer. A title means nothing to me. This knowledge and wisdom, it's not for everyone. No, it's not. Decalcifying your third eye, activating your melanin so you can get your superpowers. That is not for everyone. I do not care what color you are. If you are pink, purple, blue, I don't care. Find out where you come from, who you are, so you know where you're going. It's very important. All right? Many of us are star babies. We come from different star systems. Everyone on Earth came from a different star system. We had a couple people hijack us, but when people say this is my land, this is your land, this is nobody's land. This is the Creator's land. Okay? Let's make that 100. This is nobody's land. All right? But we already know the original blood type, which is O positive, the O's, the rolling Oreos. We know the original blood type, all right, is O plus, O negative, original, the oldest blood type, okay, in history. No matter, I don't care what Google tell you, okay? O is the way to go. That's the oldest blood type, all right? Now, is the O in black, purple, blue, pink people? Yes, they are. Okay, that's why you cannot judge a book by its cover. All right, you got divine beings coming many colors. Okay, all right. So I'm hope that I am connecting to at least some of my divine beings that are actually on the divine path. I see you out there. Shout out to my strong, powerful divine masculines and divine feminines that's standing on business. I want to send all my love energy to you because I see you out there. You're standing on business. But what I really need y'all to understand is we got to connect with our ancestors. Okay? That's part of our ancestral bloodline, breaking the generation. How are you going to break a generational curse and you don't even know who your ancestors are? How? You don't even know who they are. How you break it? How do you know? How you know how your ancestors ate? How you know how they lived? Because they told you they was African. What if I told you your ancestors are not African? And for those that do actually have African, Nigerian, Jamaican, more power to you. I'm speaking in this video. I'm speaking to those who wake up every morning, who go to a job, who be stressed out every day, who don't know what's going to happen in the world, who don't know if they coming or going, who don't know who their ancestors were. Very powerful emperors and empresses, royalty, kingdoms, empires, legacy wealth. You know, I know, when I talk about my genealogy workshop, many like, they're not interested. But I can guarantee you on Who Are My Ancestors Part 2, when I release this information, everybody gonna want to know who their ancestors are. Okay? You want to know why? Because these so-called reparations, this transfer of wealth comes from your ancestors. Yes, yes. And it's coming to American soil for the descendants, okay? For the descendants of the ancestors that fought in the wars and built America, okay? America has been petty. America owes, and they know exactly who we are, okay? But that's okay. All right? We are going to continue operating in the highest version of ourselves, educating the masses so we all can stand on business and collect our ancestors' bodies out of these museums here in Arizona and over there in Europe and over there in Italy and et cetera, et cetera. They have our ancestors' bodies. Okay? So we need to stand on business, claim all of the artifacts, all of our ancestors' items. But if we don't know who we are, then how can we claim anything, family? You see what I mean? That's so important. So to my true divine beings out there, who are your real ancestors? Please find them, tap in, connect to them, because they are waiting. They're waiting. A lot of them are a little upset, but they're patient because they understand we have been lied to, okay? That's why it's important to go out in nature, get away from all this. Kamala, I'm supporting her. Trump, all this. It's a circus, it's a facade, it's a what they call it, a smoke and pony show. We are the real true rulers. Okay? The divine beings. Okay? It's in our birthright inheritance. Number one, our birthright inheritance is spiritual blessings, land blessings, and material blessings. That means that if your ancestors are African, then you have no reparations. What reparations? We don't owe Africa a dime. But America does owe Ireland and America, which was stolen land from our ancestors. The land was given to our ancestors, okay? They knew how to care for the land, give love to the land, love the animals, not eat them, but love them. And so everything is going back to its original self, okay? I don't know if many have been living under a rock, but that's why we got people making bunkers, because it's time for them to run to a safe place, okay? We are no longer operating in confusion, okay? We're no longer operating in our lustful ways. We're operating off clarity, all right? We're not operating off an old, wicked belief system that keeps us stuck and stagnant, all right? So I'm going to end this video because, like I said, I didn't mean for this to be long. I want to chop them up. I want to get this information out. Okay, family, please do your genealogy. Find out who your ancestors are. Get your spiritual gifts. Get out of the lack mentality. Raise your frequency. All right? Raise your frequency, family. Please. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your children. Your children deserve to live the rest of their life without any curses, without any blockages, generational wealth. When I look at my kids, that's what I'm looking at. My oldest is 28, my youngest is 7. And I'm looking at them like, they're watching me. Our children are watching us. My children are watching me. I'm watching them. They watching me. And I'm looking at them like I'm not letting them down. Not only am I not letting my ancestors down, I'm not letting my kids down. Okay? I'm not letting them down. I want them to not have to go through what I went through and our ancestors went through. All right? So, hey, I'm going to wrap it up. Before I wrap this video up, let's talk about the Lion's Gate portal. I just want to let everybody know we have been in a 666 karmic cycle, okay? All right. We've been in the 666 karmic cycle. And basically, the Lion Gates portal, all that is this. It's a completion of a cycle, okay? So it's actually a completion of a 9-year cycle, okay? So for 9 years, you're going to start a new 9-year cycle, all right? And so it's basically the cosmic and material realms aligning together. Sirius, Orion, and the sun is all going to be aligned, okay? All going to be aligned in Leo, okay? Now, this year, it's more powerful. Why is this Lion Gates portal more powerful? And you want to be in this portal, family. It's because it's on August 8th, 2024. So that's August is the 8th month. You got the 8th day, and 4 plus 2 plus 2 is 8. That's 888. That master number only activates every 9 years. Woof. Make sure, and I'm going to say this, close out those karmic cycles. Embrace those endings with strength and trust, family. Release all the old belief systems that they told us about, okay? Release all those old systems that they told us about. Now, any relationships that's kind of like shaky, you got to cut it off. Any relationships that you are holding right now in this season should be solid as a rock. You don't need any shaky relationships. I'm talking about job. I'm talking about personal. I'm talking about everything. Any relationship in your life right now in this season, if it's causing you to vibe low and suck your energy and you got to explain, cut them off now. And I mean, I know you love them. I love many of my family members, but I'm going to love them from afar. I've been doing a very good job of that. Okay? Cut them off. Okay? Your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your wife. I don't care if you've been married 30 years. I put 17 years in. Listen, when the Creator told me to get my house in order, I would have cut my arm off, okay, if I had to. That's how important it is to align with these portals. That's why it's important to get your house in order. Get your life together. Okay? You don't have time. Okay? No, you're not going to die, but you will suffer another karmic cycle. And you will continue and continue and continue until you die and come back. And guess what? When you come back, you still got to pay your karmic debt. So you still got to learn life lessons. Okay? So the 666 karmic cycle, what that 888 portal is going to turn those sixes into nines, preparing us for completion. 999. That's in September. I'm going to cover that on another video. But what I want to go over, and this is why I made my Infinity Dragon t-shirts, family. I am printing them up, and I will be, I'm going to actually, when I do my soft launch, I'm going to be giving out my t-shirts. I've already started giving them out. I started like maybe 2 years ago, but I have some. Now, subconsciously, when I made these logos, it was me tapping into my highest version of myself. So I didn't, at the time, I didn't know like why I was so asphyxiated on the infinity symbol, number one. I'm a life path 8, so that stuck with me. But I just want to let everybody know, if you do not know, it is the year of the dragon, okay? The year of the dragon. What that means is make bold moves, find your strength, remember y'all magic, claim y'all power, be innovative, believe in yourself, okay? Because the year of the dragon brings new beginnings. I am excited. Like I said, we here. And, I was trying to prepare Minnie 5 years ago. All of your distractions, your celebrities, your athletes, you know, they got bigger fish to fry. They have charges called crimes against humanity. Okay, and I'm gonna cover that on my on another video. But yeah, so don't get distracted. Don't worship these false idols that's gonna lead you astray. Stay focused. Stand on business. Okay, for those that are on the divine journey. Salute to you, but find who your ancestors are, who gave you your beautiful gifts. You know, stand on business when it comes to everything in your life. All right? I want to help y'all open y'all heart chakras out there for those that want to heal their heart chakra. Please start saying those heart chakra affirmations. Those help a lot, family. And I'm going to close this video out. I hope that I motivated many to want to find out who your ancestors are, especially my divine beings that are on the journey. Yes, if you think you're going to heal your bloodline without finding out who your true ancestors are, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck and stagnant. Okay? Stuck and stagnant. I said what I said. I am open to love. All love resides within my heart. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I nurture my inner child. I am wanted and loved. I live in balance, in a state of gratefulness and gratitude. I love the beauty of nature and the animal world. Love the animals. I forgive myself. I am open to love and kindness. I am grateful for all the challenges that helped me to transform and open to love. I am connected with other human beings. I feel a sense of unity with nature and animals. Yes, I do. I accept things as they are. It is what it is because I am peaceful. Okay, family, until next time, one.